Hey guys, I hope that you're having a very good week. I hope that you're enjoying a little bit of the sun that I'm seeing today. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing sun today when you're watching the video. I wanted to go over your sheets for this week. Now that we've listened to some John Williams music, we've learned about him a little bit. A lot of what he composes is orchestral music, which is a lot of instruments that are together that create a unified sound. Some of them play at separate times, sometimes they play all together, and I wanted to start going through those sections of the orchestra with you so that you, when you're listening both now and later on, you're going to be able to understand what sections and what instruments you're hearing when you're listening. This week we are going to go through the woodwind section. So when you're looking at your sheet that I'm going to send you this week, we are talking about this section right here. And just so that you know, every orchestra sits in the same format, in the same, almost like a seating plan when you're in your classroom at school, okay? So these are the woodwind instruments, and I'm going to go over the other ones as we go. I'm not going to tell you all of them all at the same time because it can get a little bit overwhelming, all right? So here's some other pictures of them as well so that you can take a look at them. We have a clarinet, we have a bassoon, we have a flute, a piccolo, and an oboe. And down here, right here, I'm going to kind of zoom in on this for you. Right here, these are instruments like the clarinet and the bassoon and the oboe that require a reed. So what it is a very thin piece of wood that looks like this that you put in the back of the mouthpiece that you blow into to create the sound. Use your air to create the sound. Those go into that instrument every single time. So it's a piece of wood that between the wood and the mouthpiece vibrate and they make sound for you to be able to hear and change your notes when you use the keypad. So we're going to talk about that a little bit in our paragraph, okay? So I'm going to read this right here for you so that you can read along with me, and then we don't have to worry about reading or trying to figure out some of the bigger words and things like that, and we'll kind of stop and explain things as we go. All right. Woodwinds are a type of musical instrument that make their sound when a musician blows air into or across the mouthpiece. So we talked about with the reeds, that you blow into the mouthpiece and then you use the pads, the metal pieces on the instrument to create notes. There's also the flute and the piccolo that you blow across. There is a hole at the top of the instrument that you blow across, and that air goes into the instrument. You use your fingers over the keypads that helps change those different keys. The only difference between a flute and a piccolo is that the piccolo sound is higher than a flute. So if you were to play the same note on a flute and a piccolo at the same time, the piccolo would be higher. That would be the only difference, and it's smaller. So when you're looking at this picture here, you can see a picture of the flute and you can see a picture of the piccolo. It's definitely smaller, okay? Let's keep reading. They get their name from the fact that most of them were once made of wood. Today, many are made of other materials such as metal or plastic. The oboe is a woodwind instrument. There are lots of types of woodwinds, including the flute, piccolo, oboe, clarinet, saxophone, bassoon, bagpipes, and recorder. They all look somewhat similar in that they are all long tubes of various sizes with metal keys that cover the holes when played to make different notes. The bigger the woodwind instrument, the lower the pitch or sound that they make. Woodwinds can be divided up into two main types of instruments, flute instruments and reed instruments, and we talked about that before, okay? Flute instruments make sound when the musician blows air across an edge in the instrument, while a reed instruments have a reed or two that vibrate when the air is blown, okay? Now, for you to be able to hear and recognize some of these instruments, I've gone over a couple of these with you this week. Okay, so I'm wondering, I think I lost a page on one of mine. Oh, nope, I didn't. Here we go. We have, oh, nope. Sorry, guys, I was looking at the other groups. So you have a flute right here. See, we are blowing over our instrument, okay? Then we also have a clarinet, which is our reed instrument. So you can see these two that we are doing, okay? Then you are going to tell me what you listen to. I'm going to have probably two options for you to take a listen to that you can choose from. You're going to tell me the tempo. You're going to tell me the mood. You are going to tell me about the dynamics, if it was loud, if it was soft, or if it had both in the piece of music, okay? Then you're going to tell me what the song made you think of. All right. You are also going to draw the animal that it reminds you of when you hear that particular instrument. Okay. Does it have to be like, I love drawing pictures, but sometimes my pictures don't look 100% amazing. I just want you to make an effort. Yours are going to look 1,000,000 times better than mine. I really believe that. Okay. So you're going to do the same thing for a flute and for a clarinet. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email at leslie.scully@hillsideschool.ca. You can send me a message on the Hillside Facebook page, and then you can also send me a message down at the bottom of the comments in this page as well. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you again very soon. Bye.